All right, so get ready, folks, because we are going deep, deep into the world of Hindi dubbing for Mufasa, the Lion King.
Yes, the prequel to the 2019 hit. Yeah.
Exactly. And we're talking about the amazing voice cast they've assembled. Plus, we've got...
well, me.
Yeah.
A dubbing expert right here, ready to spill all the secrets about how these characters come alive in Hindi.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a pretty incredible process, dubbing. It's way more than just translating the words. It's like this whole art of capturing the essence of a performance.
Really bringing it to a brand new audience.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of capturing essence, well...
Shahrukh Khan.
You got it. He's back as Mufasa.
In Hindi.
In Hindi.
Which is amazing. He did such a fantastic job in the 2019 film.
Oh, he was brilliant.
Yeah, but there's a twist. Aryan and Abram, his sons.
Both of them are joining the cast.
It's a family affair.
I mean, think about it. This isn't just casting. It's a statement. The Khans, a true Bollywood dynasty, voicing these iconic characters. It just cements the Lion King's place in Indian pop culture. It's like a legacy passing down, on screen and off.
It's so cool.
Right. And especially...
Abram.
Yeah, the younger son.
He's voicing young Mufasa.
I know, his very first role.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? What a debut.
What a debut.
And then, of course, Aryan. He was Simba in 2019, and he's back at it again for the prequel.
Continuing the legacy.
Yeah. Makes you wonder, right? Will we see them all together again in some future project? Like maybe this sharing of iconic roles could become a thing for them.
Right. Maybe a Khan family tradition.
Exactly.
I love it. But okay, we've got the royal family all set.
Right.
The rest of the cast is unbelievable. Mayang Cheng.
From Indian Idol?
Yeah, Indian Idol. He's voicing Scar.
Oh, the villain.
I
know, so good.
I know. And
Shreyas Talpade.
Who voiced Pushpa and Pushpa. Of course. He's gonna be Timon.
He is. He's taking on Timon.
It's amazing.
And he actually said that Timon was more challenging than Pushpa.
Really? What makes dubbing for animated animals so much trickier? I mean, what is it?
Well, Talpade, he pointed out that, when you're dubbing a human, you've got their face right there. You can see the expressions. It helps you connect with the emotions.
Okay.
But with animated animals, especially with Mufasa, the animation is so stylized. It's a whole other game. He even joked about Sanjay Mishra, who's voicing Pumbaa, saying he's got to work with Pumbaa's eyes being practically on his ears.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. But it's so true, right? We rely on this visual cue so much when we're interpreting emotions.
All the time, yeah. Just imagine trying to convey something complex, like grief or joy, when you can't even see the character's face clearly. I mean, that requires such incredible skill.
So much imagination.
Yeah.
Wow. So they're basically creating this brand new performance using just their voice.
Pretty much.
Which is incredible. And to round out the main cast.
Oh, yes.
We
have the legendary Makaran Deshpande voicing Rafiki.
Yes. Deshpande's voice got the natural weight to it. It just fits Rafiki's wise and spiritual nature. I mean, a perfect fit in my book.
I completely agree. It just seems so right. But let's get into the actual dubbing process.
Okay, yeah, sure.
What are the unique challenges that these actors face?
I mean, just picture this. You're in the recording booth. You're listening to the English track. And your job, it's not just to translate the lines. You've got to deliver them with the same intensity, the same nuance, all while making it sound natural and engaging for a Hindi-speaking audience.
It's a delicate balance, right? Staying true to the original, but making it their own.
100%. And as we said, with animation, you don't always have those facial expressions to help you. You're relying on your voice, the timing, your understanding of the character.
That's a whole other level of acting. It is. And then you've got the technical side of things. Matching lip movements, which is crucial. You need incredible precision for that.
Especially with a film like Mufasa, where the animation is so detailed and realistic.
Right, it adds another layer of complexity.
Yeah.
But, talented dubbing actors, they make it look easy. They really do.
They do. This whole conversation got me thinking about something Shreyas Talpade mentioned, about the difference in budget. Comparing Indian and Hollywood productions and how it affects the animation quality.
Yeah, it's a debate, right?
Okay.
Yeah, the point. Hollywood studios, they've got these massive budgets. They can create super detailed, realistic animation.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't underestimate the talent of Indian animators. I mean, they're incredible.
Absolutely. And he did say some Indian animators may have even worked on Mufasa, right?
It did.
Which is amazing. It really highlights how global animation has become. It's talent truly knows no borders.
Right.
It's a worldwide effort at this point. So what you're saying is there's this potential gold mine of stories waiting to be told.
Oh, yeah.
But the resources are holding Indian animation back.
Yeah. It's like, what would make a difference? More funding, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's also about building a supportive system for these animators to thrive. Better training, more collaboration, and a greater appreciation for animation as an art form. Really seeing it for what it is.
So much potential to unlock. Maybe one day we'll be having the same conversation about a massive animated film made entirely in India.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be so cool.
The stories we could tell, the worlds we could create.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing when you think about it.
It really is.
We've covered so much ground, the amazing cast, the challenges of dubbing, the future of Indian animation. It's been an incredible journey so far. But we're just getting started. There's so much more to uncover.
Buckle up.
Exactly. So stick with us. We'll be back after a short break.
It's incredible, isn't it, how Mufasa is bringing together these different generations.
Yeah. Yeah, not just with the story, but with the talent involved. It honestly feels like a big cinematic family reunion. And I'm so curious to see how it all works on screen, to see it all come together.
Oh, speaking of things coming together, let's talk a bit more about the whole collaborative side of dubbing. It's not a one-person show, right?
Oh, no, definitely not. There's a whole team working behind the scenes. Directors, sound engineers, writers. It's like a whole orchestra.
Exactly. You've got it.
But what are their roles? What do they actually do?
Well, you can think of it like you said, an orchestra. The voice actors, they're the instruments, each playing their part to create this beautiful sound.
Right, yeah.
And the conductor, well, that's the dubbing director.
Okay. Oh.
Guiding the actors, making sure everything is consistent, and ensuring the emotions hit just the right notes.
I love that analogy. It really captures, the whole intricate process of it all and the coordination that must be involved.
Definitely. And there's also this creative side, especially when you're adapting humor for different cultures. A joke in English might not land the same way in Hindi.
That's true, yeah.
So the team has to get clever, find ways to make it work.
But still keep the spirit of the original joke.
Exactly.
Do you think there are times when dubbing actually enhances the original performance?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes a really good voice actor, they can bring their own take to it, their own nuances and interpretations.
Like adding something fresh.
Yeah. It's like breathing new life into the performance.
It becomes this collaboration, between actors across languages and cultures.
Absolutely. And it really highlights the power of dubbing to break down those barriers and make stories accessible to everyone. Mufasa is the perfect example of that.
It really is. Earlier when we talked about Indian animation versus Hollywood animation, I started thinking about the unique strengths and challenges that Indian animators have to face. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, one of the biggest strengths, I believe, is the sheer diversity of stories in India.
So many stories.
Right. All the cultures, mythologies, folklore. It's a treasure trove for animators. We've seen glimpses of this potential, in films like Ramayana and Hanuman.
Classics.
True classics, yeah. They prove that Indian animation can really grab audiences worldwide.
Yeah, totally.
But there are challenges.
Of course, yeah.
The budget limitations, they often hold back the scope of Indian animation, and there's a real need for better infrastructure, better animation education.
Training programs, yeah.
Yeah, just to nurture that next generation of talent.
So much untapped potential.
Right. Imagine, Indian studios with the resources to match their creativity. I mean, the stories they could tell, the visuals.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless.
Totally.
Speaking of exciting things, we've been talking about film, but what about streaming services and how they've impacted dubbing?
Oh, it's a game changer. I mean, platforms like Netflix, Amazon, Disney, plus already, they've created this huge demand for dubbed content. Yeah. People want to experience stories from all over the world.
It's amazing. And dubbing makes that possible.
Exactly. It's like we're breaking down language barriers, connecting through storytelling.
Well, it's like a global scale.
Yeah. And dubbing isn't just about translating anymore. It's evolved into this art form. It's got to consider cultural nuances, humor, even regional dialects.
So they're creating a truly tailored experience.
Exactly. It's incredible to see how dubbing is shaping the way we, consume entertainment.
Yeah, it's become such an integral part of, the whole production. It's not just an afterthought.
No, not anymore.
It makes you wonder what's next for dubbing. Like what kind of cool innovations are on the horizon?
That's the big question.
Yeah.
I think artificial intelligence, machine learning, I think they're going to play a big part in the future of dubbing.
Really?
I think so. We might see, AI-powered tools that translate and recreate performances with amazing accuracy and speed.
That is mind-blowing, like something straight out of sci-fi.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But it might not be too far off. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be able to choose your preferred dubbing style.
Wow.
Whether it's, like the classic theatrical dub or a more modern localized version, maybe even like a comedic take.
That would be so cool. The possibilities are endless.
I know, right?
It's a great time to be a fan of dubbed content.
Absolutely.
And with films like Mufasa really pushing the boundaries, who knows what the future holds for Hindi dubbing.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It really is. So before we wrap up our deep dive here, I want to just take a moment to recap everything we've explored today.
Okay.
We've talked about the stellar voice cast, the intricate art of dubbing, and the bright future of both dubbing and Indian animation.
Yeah, it's been a great conversation.
But we want to leave all of you listening with one final thought to ponder. Imagine you're in charge.
Okay.
You get to assemble the perfect Hindi voice cast for your favorite animated film.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Who would you choose? And why? We'd love to hear your dream cast. Let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, tell us everything.
And of course, don't forget to catch Mufasa, the Lion King, when it hits theaters on December 20th. It's going to be epic. We'll be right back after a short break to wrap up our deep dive. We're back and ready to wrap up our deep dive.
It's amazing how much we've covered.
It is, from the all-star cast to the art of dubbing.
And then the future of it all, both dubbing and Indian animation.
Right. It really speaks to how powerful storytelling is, how it just transcends languages and cultures and connects us all.
Absolutely.
And, with streaming platforms becoming so popular, dubbing has become even more important, right? It helps bring these stories to even bigger audiences all over the world.
Yeah. It's really reshaping how we enjoy entertainment these days. Dubbing isn't just something tacked on at the end anymore. It's a key part of the whole process, especially for films and shows that want to reach a global audience.
It's like we're breaking down all these language barriers, opening up this whole new world of content for everyone.
And with that comes this responsibility to be sensitive to cultural nuances and make sure that the dubbed version feels authentic.
Yeah. It's not just about translating words. It's about capturing the spirit of the original performance.
Exactly. And like we said before, a talented dubbing actor can even make the performance even better, adding layers that weren't there originally.
It's true. Which brings us right back to Mufasa, the Lion King. I'm so excited to see how the Hindi dubbing adds this new dimension to such a classic story.
Oh, yeah.
With such a talented cast and crew, I think it'll be an amazing experience.
Absolutely.
So it's time to wrap things up.
Has it really been that long already?
It has. Thank you for joining us today and sharing your incredible knowledge. We've learned so much about dubbing.
It's been my pleasure.
All the challenges, the rewards, and of course, the exciting future of it all.
I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah, who knows what's coming. And for all of you listening, we hope you've enjoyed our deep dive into Mufasa, the Lion King. We've explored the magic of Hindi dubbing and all the thought and creativity that goes into it. And before we go, we'd love to hear from you. If you could choose the Hindi voice cast for your favorite animated film, who would you pick?
It's a tough question.
So many talented actors to choose from. Let us know your dream cast in the comments below. And don't forget to catch Mufasa, the Lion King in theaters on December 20th. It's going to be epic. Thanks for tuning in.